Subscribe to our YouTube channel and press the bell icon to get the latest updates.
From 15,000-year-old viruses that were trapped in ice in China to the discovery of a tiny microsaur dating back to over 300 million years. These are some of the stories that we talk about on this episode of Scientifics. I am Mohana Basu, and every week on ThePrint Scientifics, I take you through some of the top science stories of the week from across the globe. While sharks have inspired several popular movies, we do not actually know much about what sharks eat and how they digest their food. What they eat and excrete impacts other species in the ocean. Now, for the first time, researchers have produced a series of high-resolution 3D scans of intestines from nearly 36 shark species. The images show that the sharks have unique spiral intestines. The researchers also developed a new method to digitally scan and study them in detail without having to slice into them. The researchers primarily used a computerized tomography or CT scanner to create 3D images of shark intestines, which came from specimens preserved at the Natural History Museum of Los Angeles. The machine works like any standard CT scanner used in hospitals. A series of X-ray images is taken from different angles, then combined using computer processing to create three-dimensional images. This allows researchers to see the complexities of a shark intestine without having to dissect or disturb it. It appears that these spiral-shaped organs slow the movement of food and direct it downward through the gut, relying on gravity in addition to the rhythmic contractions of the gut's smooth muscle. In fact, its function resembles the one-way valve designed by Nikola Tesla more than a century ago that allows fluid to flow in one direction without backflow or assistance from any moving parts. Also this week, a team of scientists discovered viruses nearly 15,000 years old in 2 ice samples taken from the Tibetan Plateau in China, most of which are unlike any viruses that have been catalogued to date. The findings may help scientists understand how viruses have evolved over centuries. For this study, the scientists have also created a new method of analyzing microbes and viruses in ice without contaminating it. These glaciers were formed gradually, and along with dust and gases, many viruses were also deposited in that ice. Ice cores are like time capsules which scientists have used to understand more about climate change, microbes, viruses and gases throughout history. The researchers analyzed ice cores taken in 2015 from the summit of Gulia in western China. The cores are collected at high altitudes, nearly 22,000 feet above sea level. Researchers determined that the ice was nearly 15,000 years old using a combination of traditional and new techniques to date this ice core. The team found genetic codes for 33 viruses. 4 of those viruses have already been identified by the scientific community, but at least 28 of them are novel. About half of them seem to have survived at the time they were frozen, not in spite of the ice but because of it. That means that those viruses would have thrived in extreme environments. The analysis also showed that the viruses likely originated with soil or plants and not with animals or humans based on both the environment and the databases of known viruses. Meanwhile, an international team of scientists have managed to image the heart of a nearby radio galaxy, Centaurus A, in unprecedented detail, revealing the location of the central supermassive black hole and a gigantic jet being burped out by it. Supermassive black holes residing in the center of the galaxies like Centaurus A are feeding off gas and dust that is attracted by their enormous gravitational pull. This process releases massive amounts of energy and the galaxy is said to have become active. Most matter lying close to the edge of the black hole falls in it. However, Some of the surrounding particles escape moments before the capture and are blown far out into space. That is how jets, one of the most mysterious and energetic features of galaxies, are born. The images captured by the Event Horizon Telescope collaboration, which is known for capturing the first image of a black hole in the galaxy Messier 87, challenges the existing theories of the formation of these jets. At radio wavelength, Centaurus A emerges as one of the largest and brightest objects in the night sky. After it was identified as one of the first known extragalactic radio sources in 1949, Centaurus A has been studied extensively. At the center of Centaurus A lies a massive black hole with the mass of 55 million suns. The new images allow scientists to study extragalactic radio jet on scales smaller than the distance light travels in one day. Compared to all previous high-resolution observations, the jet launched in Centaurus A is imaged at a 10-fold higher frequency and 16 times sharper resolution. After a delay of almost a decade, Russia's Noka multi-purpose laboratory module has been successfully launched this week by the country's space agency Roscosmos. The module was blasted off from the Baikonur Cosmodrome in Kazakhstan on July 21. The module will now approach the International Space Station. It will travel for 8 days to arrive at the ISS docking port. The docking is scheduled for July 29. In 2004, Roscosmos had said that Noka would be ready for launch in 2007, but its launch has since been repeatedly delayed. The module is designated for implementing the Russian program of applied research and experiments. With this module, the Russian segment of the International Space Station will get additional space for equipping workplaces, storing cargo, and accommodating water and oxygen regeneration equipment. The Noka module will also provide a second toilet for the Russian cosmonauts and room for another crew member. It will also use the European robotic arm that will help perform some operations without spacewalks. Meanwhile, scientists have discovered a finger-sized fossil dating back to over 308 million years ago of ancient creatures known as microsaurs that roamed the earth much before dinosaurs appeared. The finding will prove to be another piece of puzzle of how life originated on Earth. Microsaurs lived during what is known as the Carboniferous period, when amniotes, the predecessors of modern mammals and reptiles, first appeared. The fossil was found in the US. It has a serpent-like body, which inspired the researchers to name the species after Jormungand, the giant sea serpent from Norse mythology who battled with Thor. However, unlike Jormungand, who grew so large that it was able to surround the earth and grasp its own tail, according to mythology, the microsaur was about 5 centimeters long. The animals had 4 short plump legs. The fossil that researchers found also contained the animal's skin, which is very rare for fossils. Contrary to previous ideas about microsaurs, which had been classed as amphibians, the team discovered that this species had scales. That is all for this week. If you like our videos, do consider joining the Print YouTube membership to get access to special membership perks such as early access to our key reports as well as exclusive community content on YouTube channel. You can do so through the link in the description box below.